So for you now, we present Amadeus 2.
We open, the camera pans out, and it's a dark day, but it's daytime, and it's full of clouds, dark clouds, and the camera pans down, and we're overlooking a city. It's Vienna, and it's quiet. And there's music haunting in the background, music of Mozart. And we hear it swells, it starts getting louder and louder. And then we cut in and zooms in on one of these houses on top of in Vienna, and the roof, and in the window, and there's a person, and there's pages flickering on a piano.
And there's a young figure at the piano. We see from behind the wig, and it is Amadeus' son, Walter Mozart. Walter Wolfgang Mozart. And now we see the front of his face, and the sweat is pouring off his face as he pounds the piano, pounding, harder, harder still.
Will you stop that, Walter? Please!
In walks a woman dressed scantily in beggar's clothing. She has 4 teeth left in her face. Beautiful, beautiful hair. The wife of Walter.
Walter, that is not bringing in any shillings, money, pesos, nothing, pounds, nothing. I can't start the rocket anymore.
Do we need money? Is that all we need? Is just some money? Can't we just get by?
You think I'm going to get by with things? That's what you think.
The door, sir, the door.
No, I wasn't knocking, just banging your eviction notice in. Oh, God, again.
Perhaps if I play a song written just for you, you won't need to evict us.
We see a close-up of his hands, and he slowly begins playing. Beautiful song rises from the piano.
The camera pulls back and tracks down the hallway, and there are 8, 9, 10 different families living on this crowded, entirely smushed in locale. And we move down the hall and down away from their location and out along the street, and it's a crowded Vienna street. People bustling about in late 15th century style clothing, and they have baguettes and people eating on cafes, and the poor mixed in with the rich, and it is a strange time in Vienna. And as we pull in, we fall into a small dark alley, and there's an old crooked man sitting in the corner talking to another old crooked man.
I tell you, I hear the music up there, Simeon.
I can hear it so faintly. Fainter now. Now it's stopped.
You remember what Salieri told us before he was taken away to the insane asylum?
Yes.
We cut to that scene with Salieri back at this insane asylum.
So cold! So many bugs! Mozart stole everything from me! Everything! You must get his child!
As Salieri talks, we push in, and we match to the same eyes. And as we pull out, these eyes are still here, and the man is the old man now, and he's in the alley again talking.
Salieri grabbed me hard that day. He told me we must destroy the son of Mozart.
But how can we? We are just 2 old men now.
And all of a sudden we see, out of nowhere, bunches of papers are flying through the air, and on them, written, are notes, lots of notes, everywhere. Notes to be played on the piano.
The camera flies up and follows this trail of papers flying through Vienna and the bustling city streets, and people are running through the streets again, and there's just papers flying everywhere. And as the camera pulls back, we follow back. We're sort of leapfrogging along the papers as they fly in one direction, and we finally pull up along a great castle wall up high into the topmost tower, and there's a small window there, and the camera pulls into that small window, and it is a rich, decadent, classic Austrian style furnishing. And as we pull around, there's a small young girl sitting at a desk, and she's scribbling notes and throwing these pages out the window.
Write the music.
Darling sweetheart, Mommy, your mommy's very worried about you. I really wish you would stay away from all this nonsense scribbling.
No, I have to write the greatest song ever written, Mom. I have to. It's like something is drawing me. It is pulling me in. I need
You know to get a hold of yourself. You're just a woman. You're just a woman.
to write music too.
We see behind there's giant posters of Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Once he's in Berlin performing, another one performing in Salzburg, and a third he's performing in Paris.
That's it. I've waited long enough. I'm taking you down. Take it back. Take it back. I won't let you do this anymore. You'll destroy yourself. To the convent.
We pan away. We see the queen the queen and her king is there. So you talked to her, Valerie.
Well, I tried to, Edward.
Don't you see? She wants to be a songwriteress.
The camera pushes in close, and there's a close-up on the king, and in the far background is the queen, and we are here like this.
Don't you understand? Don't you understand that she's a woman?
I understand jealousy. Remember when you couldn't make it as a songwriter?
Pray do not bring this up.
You said you'd never write another song again.
I cannot hear the words that you speak to me.
And now your daughter, she craves to do the same thing.
I prayed that she would not inherit that from me.
The eyes of jealousy are green and smell of putrid stink.
And as we flip, we do the opposite shot. We are now a close-up on the queen, and the king is now in the background.
The putrid smell is not of me, sir. It is of you and that music. It not only bleeds in your ears, but in the nose.
Valerie, what happened to you?
Edward,
What happened to the young princess I married? I made my queen of Austria and Salzburg and regions.
Don't act like you don't know! Mozart happened. He came between us. I loved him, and then you stole me. Back. You know. And her love for him is like my love for him, and I can't have that. I can't hear that. She's better than he is. And if he has any descendants, which I don't believe he does, they would dine to play as.
Well, I had it. That's enough. I will never go to the convent that you are trying to send me to. I'm taking my bags and I'm going out into the streets of Vienna where I can be appreciated. So goodbye.
And the camera pans into over the streets of Vienna, and there's lots of people eating baguettes. Yeah, and everybody's eating baguettes and stuff, and the camera pans around, and they're all busy, and the wind is blowing notes throughout, and there's an old man sitting there feeding pigeons.
What is that? There's an awful thing that just went by.
As the girl walks through, there are many shadows on the street, and she stays just in the smallest bit of light that is coming through a small building, and this man here is still in shadow.
And in the foreground, we see an old busted up, sort of half together piano that she notices. And we see her eyes start glimmering, and we do a close up of her eyes, back to the piano, and back to her eyes, and back. And now we go wide again.
It's 85 francs for the old piano.
Oh, well, what how lucky to come upon a man who's selling a piano.
I'm lucky to come upon a princess, down on her luck and running from more than life.
Oh, well, I've given up being a princess. It's not what I want, but I would like to play at your lovely piano. Would a $5 perhaps permit just a moment, a little soliloquy?
And all of a sudden, out of the background, we see Walter Mozart walking and seeing this whole transaction take place. A girl wanting a piano.
Walter!
You've sold my piano finally.
I gotta pay for these shoes.
Very good. I needed somebody to sell it. I'll need half that money.
Right. I asked 85 and I got 5.
Damn it. It's not nearly enough to keep me from being a... Well, hello.
And as we cut to a two-shot of them, he is now standing in the small beam of light, and the reflection off the ivory keys comes up, and she's lit from beneath.
Why, a man selling such a lovely piano must have dozens more at home.